Today is August 19th. The Yankees start a big week of their season, and we get to ask Aaron Boone what he's planning to do.
Talkin Yanks with old John Boy, Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, theme, and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talkin Yanks. Talkin Yanks with old John Boy, Jake. Talkin Yanks with old John Boy, Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin Yanks. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Jimmy. His name is Jake. BBD in the corner, and Booney will be joining us soon. Jake, how was your off day?
James, Davis, everyone tuning in. I mean, no days off for us here at John Boy Media. Full shift. You know what? I had a really fun impromptu Wake and Jake episode with Joe's yesterday because realignment and expansion was hot in the baseball streets yesterday, and nothing gets that big Dominican baby more excited than it. He wants the Mets, Red Sox, Phillies, Yankees Super Division so badly.
Me too.
I'm
all in on realignment.
I think he would end up hating it with the current state of the Yankees because it could end up pretty bad. It would be a lot of fun. So there was that yesterday, talking baseball, and I watched the CT Little League team dominate and bully teams again, which I don't know how I feel about that yet.
They are looking good.
They look good.
Last remaining undefeated team, I think, right? Or they play?
I think they play Thursday, or no. I think they play Wednesday for the last undefeated team to go to the championship game, where the other teams are doing losers bracket through.
They play Mountain.
Yeah.
The Mountain team.
And if you have no idea, there are, Little League base running. I think everyone knows the, first and third, steal second and try to bait the throw home. They just do that. They tortured the other team. I felt bad for them. They kept hitting a single. So the runner from third would score. The runner from first would go to third. And then the runner would just stand in the middle of the base path, and you can't call time unless the ball's on the mound. But if the runner's running, there's nothing you can do, and they can't throw the ball fast enough to get. So they just did it every time. It was torture.
Also had the pitcher who said fastball's coming and then blew it by him. They're punks.
He's saved for the championship game.
Punks. They're facing Nevada. Also have not lost yet.
Woo! So that plus the Yankees Sox and 2 Tampa games. What's that about?
2 games at the minor league facility in Tampa.
Kind of the Yankees' dream.
And then the biggest series of the season thus far, which we are excited to ask Boone about. We're recording this intro before we talk to him. Sometimes it's after. I think there's some info that, if some episodes are hot. It's like, we want answers, we want to get them. Some, like last time, it's just kind of defeated. Like, dude, I don't know what to even talk about right now. This one, I think there's a lot of good info to get into his mindset. Like, he has to admit that the 4 games against the Red Sox matter more than others. They never like admitting that, but at this point in the season, they matter more. So I want to know, what are they doing bullpen? And he's not going to be open with us because he doesn't want the other team to listen to our podcast and hear it. But are they going to manipulate the rotation? Right. When Yarbrough comes back, can they manipulate the rotation there? Like, will they try to do that? Stanton and Judge, who's playing the outfield, are they going to make moves on Wednesday's game to help them Thursday?
Right.
That's kind of a lot of our questions. How do you get Caballero in? Shit like that.
And I think we can be straightforward and not have to do a question to get to the question. Like all of this should tie into each other. Stanton's ability to play right field ties into Judge's ability to play right field, ties into Caballero. I'm very interested to see his tenor with it because, I guess he probably can't say we're punting the second Tampa game. He would never come forward and say that. He's never said they've punted any game. But it very much makes sense. The team you are tied with in the wild card as of today, that you're playing for 4 games at home, which the only thing you can truly hang your hat on as a team is that you do have a good home record this year.
Well, I mean,
This is it.
If you think about it like this, look at this.
What'd you do on your off day?
I took the kids shopping because it's Katie's birthday tomorrow. So we, after dinner, instead of watching the game, no game,
Right.
went to Target and I let the kids pick out stuff for mom.
You just put 30 minutes on the clock and you said anything that fits in the cart, a little supermarket sweep style, right?
I put them both in the cart.
Right.
So they're caged.
Yes, smart.
And said, I went through the section, said, you see something you like, we'll buy it. I texted Katie halfway through. I said, you're getting some new clothes.
Oh, wow.
You have to act like you like these.
Oh.
Well, James was like, I know what I'm getting, Mommy. And I said, what? And he said, a monster truck. And I said,
She loves those. If I remember Katie, she loves a good monster truck.
yes.
The last time I saw her, she and I were talking a lot
Katie
about
really
monster
Claire
trucks.
really wanted to get her a whole bunch of chapstick because Claire just likes eating chapstick.
Yeah. Been there.
So we pivoted away from that.
Okay.
I think what James got her, she might actually like
Okay.
if they have a size. And then we went and we shopped for a baby.
Which monster truck was that?
We went and shopped for a bunch of baby clothes for the baby that's coming. Which is a mess, dude. I know we got to get to the Boone interview, but the due date is the last day of the season.
Yeah.
I might be missing the whole wild card streams. Because the baby's going to be a day or two late. Like, I didn't know when the wild card dates were yet. So I'm hoping this baby comes out early.
Baby's a little early. It's blitz ball.
Yeah, there's a
We're
happy...
shooting a tight
Yeah, there's a happy
week and a
medium.
half.
There's like a 10-day window that would be really
So,
ideal.
Katie, you've got a new monster truck. We'll give you 8 days to pop that baby out.
Start walking on the curbs.
Let's get to Boone. Today's Bantering with Boone is presented by T-Mobile. Based on hundreds of millions of real-world tests, the speed experts at Ookla Speed Test, they are my #1 speed test company. T-Mobile is now the best mobile network in America, so you can keep up with all the MLB action from the ballpark to the backcountry, because T-Mobile has got the most advanced 5G, the most towers, and a signal that goes farther than ever. Oh, and did I mention the largest satellite-to-mobile network? Whether Jimmy's out shopping with the kiddos, whether I'm out shopping with New Daylo, wherever it is, you can still keep an eye on the action. And after the sweep last weekend, it's time to keep an eye on the action, the kind of coverage that keeps you locked in wherever you are, all on America's best network. So whatever you're about, streaming the game, checking stats on the road, or maybe the perks that come with Magenta status with T-Mobile, why don't you head on over T-Mobile.com/network to switch to the best network? Bang.
Bang, bang, bang.
Why don't you switch to the best network?
Welcome back to another episode of Bantering with Boone. Boone, we got a big week coming up. 2 in Tampa, and then biggest series of the season thus far, they're saying. 4 against Boston.
One at a time, baby. Down here in Tampa, and they're all big.
Wow.
I've heard that before. Any reprimands coming for Brad Ausmus for losing control of the bench the other day? That was kind of tough to watch.
What happened?
Tanner Swanson got ejected, and
Yep.
he's the bench coach. So I just figure he's in charge of what goes on the bench.
That's right.
So
Tanner doesn't like strikes being taken from his catchers.
It's fair.
you have a lot of coaches. We were trying to figure out. Rouson's got ejected. I think Claiborne's been ejected. Blake's been ejected. Now Tanner's been ejected.
Claiborne's been ejected?
We were struggling.
Dykes did last year.
Casey Dykes last year. Yeah, a lot of the coaching staff. Decent amount.
Blake's sneaky gets thrown out a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You want us to start pushing that narrative a little more, it sounds like.
No, just no. He does.
Okay.
I know you checked the standings because I asked you last week and you said you did. Pretty wild, nice off day for you guys yesterday. Everyone ahead of you lost that played.
Yep. Although I always tell people you could be cheering for the wrong thing. So just handle your business and, let everything else sort itself out how it's supposed to.
Well, let's start handling business a little bit then. And for today, I think, is Giancarlo playing right field today?
Yes.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that. So then he sits on the bench tomorrow, so he's rested for Boston, or what?
Yeah, we're going to talking with him. We talked about playing one of these two. So we're going to do that today. Probably not tomorrow. And then again, continue to evaluate and see where Aaron is.
With so Judge DHing, the report was he hasn't thrown to bases yet. I think I saw.
No, he hasn't. He's just done some long toss. I think he's out to 150 right now. So, hopefully here in the next couple of days, and then we'll see.
Is he on any track? Like, are you watching him take these long tosses, evaluating his arms, and then it goes to the next step? Or is there, pitchers rehabbing, we kind of know how to do that. You go from like 30 pitches to 45 to 65, and then you're kind of ready.
Yeah.
Is there anything metric?
I would say he's just not quite ready yet.
Okay. I just didn't know what the metrics are. Is it just how he feels?
Yeah. And he'll probably have to play a little bit with the governor on it, and but we're not going to put him out there till we feel like he's can go out there safely and do it right.
So with Stanton playing the outfield and Judge DHing, you've got still a mix of guys out there for the rest of the spots. Obviously, Cody, Trent, Dominguez, who lost some time to Stanton last time he was in the field. But you also got Caballero, who is hot right now, played all 3 games in St. Louis, and really was kind of a guy like our friend Coach Ballgame once referred to Manny Margot as an ooh-ah guy. Because when he was on the field, as a viewer, you just made you make noises. And Cabby kind of had that effect. He had the sliding catch, perfect bunt, hit behind the runner, made some nice plays, running around the bases. Like, he kind of was like, oh, wow, you noticed him.
Yeah, he's a good player, man. He is you just seeing how competitive he is, how heady he is out there, can do a lot of different things on the baseball field. Like, he's a winning player, and that kind of, I look at him kind of as that perfect 10th position player, because you can plug him anywhere almost defensively, and you're going to get high quality of that. He gives you a quality at bat, brings those little intangible things, plays the little game. Obviously a really good base runner, and man, it's really nice having him. I have him in there today. He's playing third today against Baz. So try and mix them in at different spots when I can, but also give you that, really good flexibility on the days he's coming off a bench.
Yeah, that's what we were wondering. If you were going to ride the hot hand a little bit, and just because there's enough places he can play to rotate through. So nice knowing he's in third. He could also, did he start in left in the other games? No.
He hasn't with us yet.
Okay. But he played left?
But he's played some left, yes.
Okay. You used him to start at shortstop, giving Volpe a day off. He had gone 46 games in a row or something like that. Nice to have that piece that you trust out there to be able to give Volpe the double off days when we know rest has served him well in his career.
Yeah.
And he's back in there today at short, obviously.
Yep.
And then left field, Dominguez didn't have playing time when Stanton was out there and Judge was DHing, with Trent and Belly being so vital. Is that going to be tough in Tampa? Yeah,
I mean, a little bit, probably. JD did some good things, though, in St. Louis. So, again, it's just, the one thing is it makes us a little bit deeper and a little more complete, for having different weapons at different points in the game. So, it's not easy, but
no problems here. You need to get Belly out there.
We're a more complete roster right now, so that's good.
Have you seen anything different in Dominguez's defense from the start of the year? It felt like we came into the year and everyone was on guard for it. He was getting subbed out late, and then he kind of became an integral part of the team, and now he's a little in between with circumstance. And it feels like the defense is maybe just a a step more unconfident, or I don't know if that's the right way to look
Yeah,
at it.
I mean, he's still getting better out there, still gaining experience. So he's done a lot of really good things out there. He still has made some mistakes along the way. But again, I think it's just continuing to gain experience at the position. And as I've said over and over with JD, it's just he doesn't have a lot of experience playing like
Right.
everywhere. Like he's obviously very young, but he's also missed a lot of time in his minor league career with different injuries and things that come up. So I think he's shown the promise of the potential that he's going to be a really good player in this league. And I think he's made a lot of strides in a lot of areas. And, he's a young man still kind of learning his way. And I think he's done a really good job.
Can I give you a bizarre stat that I more want to share because of the bizarreness than shots fired? Because I agree he's young, and I'm not writing off his future as an outfielder right now. Just this year's not great. Of all qualified outfielders, inside edge tracks dives and slides, and Dominguez is the only one to have never left his feet.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Jumps. So I shouldn't say that he jumps, but he lands on his feet.
Yeah. And hopefully that's something that as he continues to go and look, I feel like there's been at times you see his athleticism and his speed where he's run down some balls in the alley. Then you see some other times where, it's still that kind of the glove goes out a little too early, as he's getting to a ball. And so he's still learning that way. And left field's a tough position too. Like center field takes the bigger skill set, obviously, because you're covering more ground. It's more of that premium. But left field, just with the way the ball comes off the bat, is there's some nuance to it. So he's working his butt off. I'll say that.
Maybe have Belly do like a outfield sliding clinic one day, and maybe you can turn it into like a dog day silly thing. Put a slip and slide out there or something, because sometimes Belly peacocks that slide a little bit. That I think it was a week ago.
What does peacock that slide mean?
When you kind of let your feathers out a little bit, when you kind of show the world you can do it.
Yeah, he is really good at it.
He's really good at it. So I don't know, just something, again, no penguins, but slip and slide.
All right.
We saw you end the game in St. Louis with Belly in left, Goldie at first, Wells behind the dish, Volpe pinch ran and went to short. And Girardi and Rucco were wondering what your moves were going to be when you pinch ran Volpe instead of Wells and using more bench than less, because Wells could have pinch ran for Goldie because Goldie pinch hit for Rice, right? And just simpler moves.
Right.
But I was wondering if Volpe was going to enter that game and move Caballero. Did Cabby go to left? Cabby go to left? Right. Yes, right. And Belly went out. I was wondering if you were going to do that with Volpe anyway. Like if he wasn't pinch running, was he going to come in to have that defensive alignment out there, which I think everyone agrees is the best defensive nine?
Yeah, a good chance of that. But, obviously with the lefty coming in there, and no, we're going to fire Big G there. You're trying to maximize the moving parts while getting Volpe on the field for the speed component.
Yeah, no, that's the best defensive nine, I think, to end a game there. Getting Wells in late. You can't take Rice's bat out of the lineup right now. I don't know if you are tonight, but I don't know how you do. He's just absolutely pushing the ball.
Yeah, he's been really good. He's been really good behind the plate. That's the other component. So he's doing a really good job and earning more and more reps.
Do we have anyone joining the roster? I know Scar got sent down. Is that for Rosario? Has that been officially announced?
Rosario. Yeah, that's for Rosario.
Yarbrough and Cruz, are they close to rejoining the team?
They're both throwing tonight.
Okay.
And then Loaisiga, I think, is throwing. We're gonna have him throw another one. So they're all three of those guys are close, ready.
Is Cruz the closest? Is that a weird way to label it?
Not necessarily. I would say Cruz, Lowe. Obviously they're different because Lowe is a shorter stint here. So whereas Cruz was longer. Yarbs, we're still kind of stretching out a little bit. I think he's going to be like 45 or 50 tonight. Yeah, so obviously a little bit of a roster crunch too, with, so not the easiest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of arms. Although Cruz, if he can come back with that glitch of a pitch, pretty nice. I know his stats in the minors don't look good, but I went and watched him because I'm kind of a professional scout, and it's just getting beat up on pitches he's not going to throw. Kind of feels like rehab pitches.
He's had enough downtime, with that injury that, only having 2 outings, I do want him to have one more at least, and then we'll see where we're at.
That's fair. I was just, for any other fans out there, just looking at the pure numbers and being like,
yeah,
it's like, well, the split's still working. He just four-seam fastball got taken deep.
Yeah.
Hey, I know you can't say this, but we'll say this.
Okay.
We've alluded to it a little bit, but tomorrow's Tampa game, the Wednesday game, we're okay resetting the bullpen and lining up for the 4 Boston games. I don't think, I know it's one day at a time in baseball, but the 4 games against Boston, the team we're tied with in the wild card, I do think have priority and importance. So you can blink or nod or say something to that, but that's just me putting that out there.
I mean, I don't know. I would disagree with that.
Okay.
I mean, like, we haven't even played today's game, so I don't even know what tomorrow brings.
Right.
Like, and you've got to try and win games when you have the opportunities. Like,
sure, but the games versus Boston count double.
Okay.
Right.
I mean,
that's just the math of it.
Okay.
Well, we've seen this happen before. Like, we've seen you guys go into series before. There was a year you guys played the Tigers before playing a very crucial series against Boston, and all the top end relievers.
Davey came up.
I just don't know if you don't want to say it because Tampa might be listening or anything. But when there's if you don't want to go 3 out of 4 rule, well, we have 4 in a row, so it'd be nice to clear it. I think it's okay.
Ideally, you're always reset, but you're not going to at the expense of a game. Let's keep it moving. Come on.
Okay. All right.
Good talk. Caldera Lab, let's be real. Most skincare products aren't made for men. And when they are, they're usually not great, overcomplicated, questionable ingredients, or don't bring the results. That's where Caldera Lab is different. Redefine men's skincare, combining advanced science, high-quality, non-toxic ingredients to create a simple, effective routine that actually works. I like the names of the product. The Good, the Eye Serum, the Base Layer. Kind of tells you what they do to help your skin improve the feel and health of your skin. Consumer study, Caldera Lab products reported noticeable improvements. My favorite stat, 100% said their skin looked smoother and healthier. Hello. Skincare doesn't have to be complicated, but it should be good. Upgrade your routine with Caldera Lab. See the difference for yourself. Go to calderalab.com/Yanks. Use code Yanks at checkout for 15% off your first order. Anything we should look for with Max Fried? I'm trying to not be a velo snob. I'm trying to relive his past couple starts. It used to be early on in the year, it was like, whoa, sometimes Fried would reach back for that 97, 98. I don't think that's exactly the problem, and we're trying to juggle it as Yankee fans right now because he was so incredible that first half. Baseball happens. He's going through a little bit of something. Is there anything we should be looking for with Fried?
No, look, I think he's definitely searching for a little bit out there. So a little bit because I think his stuff is good and where it needs to be. It's just like, for me, it's like, man, having that arm side presence, with his sinker and his changeup. So he's on both sides of the plate. Obviously the cutter's a huge pitch for him with the 4-seam running in on righties, and then spinning it. So, but he's got to have a presence with all that, because I think, to me, what makes Max so good is the vast arsenal that he's got that makes him very tough to get a beat on. And I think some teams have had a little bit of a beat on him where he's been backed into a little bit of a corner. There were the few outings there where he was falling behind a lot, against Houston, that wasn't the case. It was a hard time putting guys away. But I think it's just really having his arsenal kind of command of it. And I think that's been a little off for him. And I think once he gets that back, and I think he'll get through that, then he'll start having that, conviction, confidence, like, okay, I'm back. I've got the feel. Here we go.
Yeah, the only thing I've seen is when you look at his pitch mix along the season, in the first half, he was mixing up a lot more. And then it became cutter dominant, where the cutter was, on the graph, it's separating, and the numbers against that pitch are gaudy now, where guys are like, oh, okay.
And it's a great pitch for him. And that's why, especially when you get, you go through a little bit of a struggle, I think you lean on it even more. But then, hitters are good and teams are good, and they're going to hunt certain things. So making sure he has a presence with his entire arsenal. He'll get through this, and hopefully, like, the timing of it all, syncs up with a good run here down the stretch and hopefully beyond.
With the rotation, with Yarbrough coming back, I don't know how close he is, but is there getting the rotation set, hunting out series against Boston, Toronto, which you're not doing, but I think maybe you might be doing. Can he change it up? Like, is Boston right now, it's set up to be Heel. It's just the rotation, right? Heel, Fried, Warren, Rodon. Is that the four for Boston?
Yes.
Because with these off days, there's been some wiggle room, I guess. But it seems, will Yarbrough come back and you can kind of give a guy a day, a breather if Fried's needing a breather? Is there any thought to that? Or will he be looked at as a long man?
It depends. We have 5 starters right now. So it could be a long man. It could be, he's also done a good job in small, lefty little lanes. And he's also done a good job as a starter. So we're continuing to build him up, and whatever the need is, that's the route we'll go.
Green light's been on the bases. I think it's 32 steals in the last 20 games. The previous 32 steals were 60 games. So that's a third of the time. Quick math. Jazz, 70% Jazz seems to be running again. And obviously Caballero's changed. Is there anything else that's changing, or is it just opportunity providing itself?
Yeah, I think having our full personnel now, like, we're, as athletic as we've been in a long time, which is exciting, because I love playing this style of game. And it's definitely been a really big factor for us. Jazz, when he first came off the IL, he was over the oblique stuff, but he was dealing with some leg things so he wasn't stealing, the first few weeks of that. Now he's obviously back running. JD's done a really good job. Volpe's done a better job there. Caballero, obviously. And we've faced some teams from a matchup standpoint that have been good for us, whether it's certain pitchers, certain catchers, whatever it may be. We feel like we've had some good matchups to take advantage of. And then that varies. Like, I mean, people sometimes, why isn't this guy running? Well, sometimes, like, certain teams or certain pitcher-catcher combination don't really allow for it. So the guys are doing a good job with it, and I feel like it's been a real weapon for our offense.
I eat Factor meals. That's right. My name is James O'Brien, and I enjoy Factor meals. I've got busy days. I don't like to make decisions. I just grab that thing out of the fridge. I know I'm going to enjoy it. I pop it, I heat it up, and I eat it. Helps me have a better day. They're chef-prepared meals. They come right to you, and you can choose. I don't choose, but you can choose. You've got a lot of variety. They've got a ton of meals. You can choose a wider selection of weekly meal options, including premium seafood choices, global flavors, new Asian-inspired meals with bold flavors influenced by China, Thailand, and more. So we've got Factor in the office. Like I said, I eat it. You can do the same. Eat smart at factormeals.com/Yanks50 off. And use code Yanks50 off to get 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. That's cool. 1 year free breakfast. I hate thinking about breakfast. I don't even eat it. I have one thing I get every day. It's small. That's code Yanks50 off at factormeals.com for 50% off your first box, plus free breakfast for 1 year. Have at it. You've been referring to Grisham as the big sleep. And I don't know if you know if we were just parallel paths, because I gave him that nickname after the second series of the season. So are you a diehard listener to the show and you heard it from me? Or did you come up with it on your own? It's like we both invented unicorns like Michael Scott.
I don't know where that came from. I don't listen to you guys.
Oh.
Sorry, unfortunately.
Okay.
Other than when someone says John Boy's going scorched earth again, just fanning the flames, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't hear that.
And who's that guy's name who always says that to
you? Who told me that when I yelled at you guys before we went on last week? Somebody told me you guys were going nuts about something. I forget now what it was.
Tell them thank you for listening.
Yeah. Thank them.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Cashman.
Well, we have Big Sleep shirts. I'll send you one. They're pretty good.
Yep.
I was going to grab one.
Yeah.
I go Senior Sleep and Big Sleep, but it's very good nickname.
Blanches in the background.
Yeah.
I got my Blanches here too. Love it.
Nice. That's good.
He's been leading off a ton. Obviously, you faced all righties. You got two righties this 2-game set, right? So Grish will be leading off today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
1 game at a time.
Both these guys are new. Baz is kind of a reverse, and Rasmussen's very neutral. So, but yes, it'll be Grish.
What went into, like, it was Grisham, Judge, Belly, Stanton, Rice, but then in St. Louis, Rice got moved up to second and Judge third. But seemingly
Stanton was out of it. We only had 3 righties, I think, on those days in the lineup. So I spaced the righties out 3, 6, 9.
Okay.
And you're trying to find pockets to where, like, Goldie's an option or Stanton's an option if, for one of your lefties in a spot. So today with more righties in there and G back in there, Grish, Judge, Belly, Stanton, Rice, Goldie, Jazz, Volpe, Caballero.
Nice. Caballero's bunt, is that him making that call? Obviously, he's bunting for a hit there to open up the game. That's just him, or is that a sign given to him?
Yeah, that was him.
Okay.
We'll talk about certain situations leading in, like, hey, if this, be aggressive with one. Hey, this situation happens, we may be in a sacrifice situation. So, but that's it. He's good at it.
He was quoted after the game. They asked about him being a pest. He said, "I want guys to hate me out there." Did you have any teammates or any opponents that you played with when you were playing that, you knew they were that sentiment, or like you hated, or they're a teammate of yours that you knew other people hated him? Who's your favorite pest from your playing days? Yeah, that's true.
And now he's my favorite. I love him. He's a good player, man. He's really, I like his competitiveness and he's got a good baseball IQ to him, and he's confident on the field too, which I like.
Makes sense.
Fun to watch.
We're Boone, we're not doing next week. We've got our gap week coming up.
Yeah.
So in 2 weeks, what are we going to be talking about?
Hopefully good things.
I kind of agree with that, but I really hope that's true.
You
I want that.
Kick it to trivia?
I think so.
I'm going to go grab that shirt.
Okay. Trivia is presented by T-Mobile. Get the best 5G coverage in the game with T-Mobile. Judge's homer in St. Louis means he has now hit home runs against all 29 other teams.
I saw that on the board.
Pretty impressive.
They put that up on the board. Yeah.
There are 3 active ballparks he has not homered in a regular season game.
Ooh.
It's a tough one. We turned it up today. 3 active ballparks he has not homered in a regular season game.
I don't have the answers, but one jumped to my head.
Let me think.
In a regular season game.
Is Sacramento one of them?
Sacramento is not.
Okay.
Sacramento is not. Part of that mindset is correct. That's my hint.
Well, he's homered in Oakland. I think, is he not homered in San Fran?
No, I led you the wrong way.
Minor
there.
league mindset.
I feel like.
What he said.
Huh?
Tonight, minor league stadiums.
Oh, minor league. George M. Steinbrenner Field.
George M. Steinbrenner Field was the trick part of the question.
Yeah. Wrigley Field.
Wrigley. Wow. Yes, he has not homered at Wrigley, and there's one more stadium. He did homer in it in an all-star game, so is the phrasing of the question.
Huh?
Nationals.
The Washington Nationals Park. Yes, he homered in the 18 all-star game, so George M. Steinbrenner Field was the trick. Wrigley.
That's the big sleep.
And that's the big sleep right there.
That's pretty good.
It's not bad.
I like the graphic they have on the board. Grish, I don't think he's seen it yet. I keep telling him, like, when he does something good and they go, Grishmas in July.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's just
pretty good.
He's just head down. No need to look at that, you know?
He got fired up on the one homer after the quick pitch.
He's been pretty good, man.
Yeah, he's been very fun.
Good player.
So is Luke Weaver. All right.
Yeah. Luke's dealing.
He's awesome.
Yep.
All right, see you, Booney.
Peace.
Wow, that was bantering with Boone. And today's episode is sponsored by DraftKings. Baseball fans, that's who you are. The All-Star break is gone. The deadline is gone. Dog days, are we in them? Are we past them? We'll find out. But there's no better time to get into the action with our partners at the DraftKings Sportsbook. Right now, new customers who bet just $5 get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use our promo code JMBaseball. Bet just $5 on any wager and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code JMBaseball only at DraftKings Sportsbook. What do you know, Jim?
Well, I know some interesting stuff.
It's good.
I didn't think he was going
It's a
to...
really cool thing to walk into a conversation with.
Yeah. Well,
I know some interesting stuff.
I didn't think he was going to go that route and say all games are important.
Right.
And what's the catch? And I also understand, like, even on the outro, he said bye to us after we ended the episode. It's probably not included, but I smart-assingly was like, so no Weaver bet in our game too. And he was like, get out of here, like yelling, and then, like, you know, in fun, and then hung up on us. But, and I said, you remember Detroit in 2021? And he said, no, but that was different, and then hung up.
Right.
Click. Remember the Tiger series in 2021? Yeah, you remember.
But that's different.
And we were fired up about them doing it back in 2021 because we were saying play to win the game. So it's almost like we've switched, like we have crossed in the night.
There's two different things there. Before the Tigers were good, that they literally tried to get through that whole set playing a lesser team by surviving with different pitching to refresh.
So
we thought they killed their momentum.
Yes,
by doing that.
I just looked
much earlier in the year too, right?
Yes,
it was in May. It was in May, but they had series against the Tampa and then Red Sox 6 games after that. So they started Cole game 1 and used their good bullpen. It was Cole, Peralta, Green, Chappie, and then they used Justin Wilson at the very end. Game 2, they called up David Garcia and piggybacked Albert Abreu. Like, they weren't part of the team.
Right.
And they lost that game. And then day 3, they started Michael King, who
at the time wasn't Michael King.
It was his first.
That sounds better now.
He was an opener. He became a starter for a little bit. That was his first start of the year. And then piggybacked Nestor with King, who it was Nestor's first outing of the year.
Right.
And then closing it off was Nick Nelson. So we were like, what the shit? And then they went on to lose all the other games anyway. Right. So we were kind of like, win the games you can win. And that Tiger series was winnable.
I think there's a couple different things in play here. I think
they called Nick Nelson up just for that. So, like, they clearly have done it in the past.
The Yankees right now have 2 trusted relievers, and Weaver and Bednar.
Yes.
Um,
I was glad we've got some love at the end.
yeah, that
We
was
hadn't
good. That
talked
was good.
about
He
him.
brought that up. Where he's right is the can't predict baseball part of it. That if the Yankees do lose today, they don't use Weaver and Bednar, and then on Wednesday night they're in a 3-1 game. You use Weaver and Bednar to win that game. So
Almost need to guarantee a close win tonight. A 4-run or less win, so Weaver and Bednar get used. They don't use them tomorrow, and then they're available for 3 out of 4 against Boston.
yeah, that kind of
That'd be
is
the pitching
ideal
path
plan.
to victory.
And
tomorrow's game, Yeri, Hedrick, and Timmy Hill.
I mean, you almost want to not, but yeah.
Doval tune-up.
Duvall tune-up would be fantastic. Yeah, you want to. The games genuinely matter more.
They're worth double. He agreed with the math. Can't deny the math.
Can't deny the math on that. So, I understand why he has to squirm a little bit. You can't say
You can't give your plan.
you can't tell Tampa we're not taking a game as seriously, even though they don't care. What's that going to motivate? Like that turns into Boone's argument of what does that motivate them more?
No, I just think he will get more shit for having predetermined plans
Right.
than not having them. And in most instances, I agree. When the game's at hand, you can't play for tomorrow. But when you're tied with Boston in the wild card and you have 4 games against them,
Right.
that's pretty much, hey, let's go get those games.
And the counter to the counter is he would never normally admit this. He said, "Yeah, Stan's playing and right tomorrow. He's sit," and then he's sitting on Wednesday.
Yeah, he did.
So like you did make that plan with the hitters.
And Dominguez is going to be out, which is fine. He's like trying to justify that. I'm like, no. That's fine.
We're okay with that.
Yeah. I have good news for you about tonight's game.
That's good.
Rodon's on extra rest, and he has done this year. He has performed well on extra rest. So that's good.
That's good.
6+ days of rest in his career. Not good. I guess it's 5 days of rest.
Because normally it's 4 days of rest.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
It was 6+ days of rest. GR, games relieved. That's not what I care about.
Okay.
This year, he's had 3 games on 6 days of rest, and he has a 2.08 ERA in those games.
Sounds good.
Could I tell you something interesting?
Yeah.
Justin
Which I already
Wilson.
know. I know a lot of interesting things.
Justin Wilson,
Yeah.
who we watched in 2021, be one of the toughest relievers to watch that we've seen as a Yankee. 21 appearances, a 7.5 ERA.
2021.
2021.
Is that better or worse than 2018 Chase and Shreve?
I think it's worse. We can check. I was on Chase and Shreve's stat page the other day.
2017 Tyler Clippard.
This year,
Shreve better.
37-year-old Shreve better. 37-year-old Justin Wilson is in the Red Sox bullpen. 46 appearances, a 2.61 ERA.
What do you do different?
He's throwing a slider now. On the Yankees, he just threw a fastball and a worse fastball.
That was a bad decision.
Bad decision.
Yeah. What year was he on the Yankees?
21.
21
he
was the year he came
threw a
back.
4-seam and a cutter.
I said that.
I know. I'm just confirming. It was the other fastball was a cutter, and then the next year he said maybe a third pitch is needed, and he started throwing a slider.
Yeah.
Out of baseball in 2023.
Injury.
He also throws a splitter now sometimes
My splitter.
for funsies.
Stan hits a homer off of him.
Nice.
Yo, Stan is gone. Knock it on the table. We're knocking on the table. Not going to say what I was going to say, but hopefully you infer. Not going to say because it was so positive of a thought.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to say because it was so positive
You're
of a
thinking
thought.
something so
I was
positive.
thinking something so positive, I can't say it.
If you get a couple minutes in the next couple days, scout out the homer scout out the Red Sox bullpen pitch
Okay.
that you have a Yankee homering against?
Like-
That used to be an old pregame show
Yes,
activity.
yes. I famously predicted the Framber had never given him a home run off his curveball.
Right.
We watched it, and I was like, Stan's going to hit a homer, and then he did.
So that would be some good juju.
That's good stuff. Siri, subscribe to this podcast. Siri, power down my phone. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I did it to myself. I just had to cancel powering down my own phone. Why do I have Siri on? I hate Siri.
I don't have Siri on.
I've never had it on. I don't know how that turned on.
I don't have it on.
So I must have changed my settings. Thanks for tuning into the show, guys. Go Yanks. Tell them, Grams.
Go Yankees.
Let's go Yankees!